Alright, so that's it. We are now done with Kirby Triple Deluxe, although not really, because there is still a whole lot more to cover. I mean, seriously, there is a lot more to cover. This is pretty much just the beginning, just the tip of the iceberg, even though the main story is done. Our adventure has just begun, we have a lot more to go, and it's going to be a good time. Overall, though, I actually really enjoyed doing this Let's Play. I overall enjoyed the game, because it has one of my favorite endings, my favorite from any Kirby game, probably the most cinematic we've seen out of any Kirby game, and the final boss was really well done. That's one thing I like about HAL Laboratories. When they make a final boss, they make a final boss right. I mean, it's one of the few programmers I've actually seen in any video game I can even think of that actually does a really good job with the ending. Most games try to rush something in there, like, alright, let's the final boss. Let's just make it really easy and finish it in like 5 seconds, make it not even a challenge, make it anticlimactic, make it whatever you want, just do whatever. HAL's like, you know what? We're gonna make a final boss and we're gonna make it amazing. That's what they've done so far. I'm very proud of that, very proud of them for actually going that route. I really wish more game developers would actually follow that same footsteps. I mean, granted, HAL hasn't always made great final bosses, just like Kirby's Speed Squad. That was just pitiful. But that's another story for another day entirely. But yeah, overall, very nice Let's Play. I did enjoy the fact that I got to go over the whole keychain history. Whenever I got a new keychain, like a rare keychain or something, I always got to go over Kirby trivia. And as much as I know about Kirby games, I thought that was very enjoyable being able to do that. I can tell a lot of people actually appreciated that too. Some people actually enjoyed the fact that I knew so much about Kirby, and I gave them a little bit of history. So I enjoyed doing that too. I overall enjoyed the Let's Play immensely, and I was very glad I was able to do it. I came into a lot of trouble trying to even start Let's Play in the first place because I had a lot of issues with my 3DS capture card and a whole bunch of other things, but it all worked out and it's all back to square one. We're all good and set to go again. So that's good. Now that we're done with this, we can continue on and move forward. So that's nice. I'm trying to think of what else I could talk about here. I don't really like talking about my next Let's Play because that's not a ways yet. We have quite a while till my next Let's Play even starts because after I finish this one, I'm going to take a little break and go from there. Probably. I might just step into my next Let's Play and hope to catch up whenever I missed, whatever, but we'll go from there. I think we're getting near the end of the credits here, if I'm not mistaken. We might be, or might have like another 2 minutes to go. Honestly, I'm running out of things to talk about. I talked about everything I really wanted to. I can't think of anything else. I'm just going to let the credits play out until something happens and go from there. What is that odd image there? Oh, we haven't seen that in the game. Oh well, we'll see that later, I suppose. And of course, there's a pretty little flower there. And Kirby gets some well-deserved rest.
So there we go, folks. That is Kirby Triple Deluxe. Honestly, it's a really solid game. If you love Kirby Return to Dreamland, you'll like this game as well. I do think that Kirby's Return to Dreamland is a slightly better game, but I think it's really only better because, one, it's longer and has, like, more, like, variety, and there's, like, you know, it's just overall a bigger game. And also the super abilities, I think, are way more unique and more fun to utilize as opposed to the Hypernova stuff in this game. That's really all I feel like, Return to Dreamland has over this game. Otherwise, they're both completely comparable. I think what this game has that's Return to Dreamland doesn't is I think it has like better like extra modes. Because Return to Dreamland, basically once you beat that game, you have the arenas, which you have in this game pretty much, and then you have like the harder version of the main game. This at least has like a different way to go through the game, and I'll talk about that in one of the extra videos. I'll actually be doing an extra playthrough in that mode, but that playthrough will go a lot faster because you don't have to worry about collecting sunstones. But like aside from like that, like it does have like another pretty extensive extra mode as well. I think that's what this game has over Return to Dreamland, but I think overall like Return to Dreamland is a slightly better package, but only slightly. Because honestly, they're both amazing games. Seriously, this was like a great way to bring Kirby kind of back into the mainstream. And I really love what they did with the follow-up to this game, or the follow-up to the series of the modern Kirby games, Planet Robobot, which will likely be the next Kirby game I tackle. I might do another kind of spin-off Kirby game before I do Robobot, but I haven't 100% decided that yet. Because there's still Mass Attack, and there's still a whole bunch of other like kind of spin-off games I'd like to check out at some point as well. But again, I'll figure it out. As far as mainline games are concerned, or games I consider mainline, it's really just at this point Planet Robobot and Star Allies, which are the 2 most recent. And I look forward to checking them out because they're both really solid games. That's why at the beginning of this playthrough, when I said I think this was the weakest of the 4 games, that hardly means much in the grand scheme of things, because they're all really, really strong games. They're all really, really fun, and they all have like a lot of enjoyability and replay value too. So do not get me wrong when I said it's the weakest. Weakest does not mean bad. It just means it's the weakest. There has to be a weakest in a series of things. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the worst, or like the worst game or bad game or anything. It just means it's of the game, of the different games, it has, I think, the least to offer, but it still has stuff to offer. You just have to keep that in mind. But yeah, there we go. That's it. That's Triple Deluxe. Pretty solid game, guys. Pretty solid game.
The lesson was here. All right. All right. Now what? Well, that was fun, guys. I do want to thank you guys so much for watching me play Kirby Triple Deluxe. I don't understand the title. I still don't get it. That's okay. The credits will roll. Overall, I really like this game. I really enjoyed it. I thought that it was a little difficult towards the end, but overall, a very entertaining and fun game. I really enjoyed finding out all the sunstones. They weren't like too hard to find, like in some games. Like a lot of games sometimes in order to get all the extra items, you gotta like really, really search for them. There were only a couple levels where I felt like that was a problem. But overall, I really like this game. I thought it was great. I said at the beginning of the series that this was gonna be one of my first Kirby games. I play as Kirby sometimes in Super Smash Bros. And other games like that. I had a small hand in playing Kirby on the NES, and I played a little bit, just off and on. But no, this is the first time I ever played Kirby, like a Kirby level all the way through. So I was pretty impressed. I did enjoy all the stages. I enjoyed all the power-ups. Some power-ups I obviously enjoyed more than others because they were better. The boss fights, I thought they were a little repetitive for the boss fights, making me fight them all over again towards the end, and then like giving me like 4 rounds, 4 or 5. I don't even know how many rounds total. I lost track. Whew. But it was a lot of rounds of fighting. The Queen Sectonia and that form of King Dedede. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing all these names right, but let me know if I'm not. So anyway, again, also let me know what you guys thought of the series in the comments below. I'm not 100% sure it's over. I think it is though. I think this might be the last episode. We'll find out if there are other special levels afterwards I need to do, if we're just totally done with all the levels. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to assume at the moment that it's the end. And right now we're just kind of crawling through this vine. Guys, we're crawling down this vine through all the levels. And there's the Queen Dedede. And you know, overall, I would probably give this game a 9 out of 10, something like that. It was you know, I prefer my platformers like this, a little bit easy, not too crazy difficult, but enough challenge to keep me interested. And I thought that provided that, especially with some of the hidden items, especially with some of the fights towards the end there for sure. I really like the hammer. Let me know what your favorite power-up was in the comments below. I think the hammer was mine, other than, you know, the Hypernova. The Hypernova was pretty awesome. So, where do we go from here? Well, I will be playing Mario Kart 8 whenever it comes out for the Wii U. I will also be finishing Mario and Luigi Dream Team right here on the Zack Scott Games channel. And furthermore, you know, I got to finish up Yoshi's New Island, so be sure to stick around for that. This is produced by HAL Laboratory and Nintendo. Very cool. Very, very cool. Is that a dog with eggs? What is that? What was that logo? What was that?